Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Valor Field at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Before tonight's Lackawanna Football Conference game, the Scranton High School Administration, Principal John Coyle, Assistant Principal Dave Mitchell, Assistant Principal Mike Montoro, along with the Scranton School District Superintendent Kirian, School Director Duahi, School Director Donahue, School Director Casey, School Director McAndrew, and School Director Oleski, as well as Solicitor Menorah, Commissioner Pat O'Malley, Mayor Bill Courtwright, Athletic Director Ted Anderson, and many coaches present here tonight would like to take the time to recognize a very important family to Scranton High School. Tonight we will retire the number 31 from all sports at Scranton High in honor of the family for whom the number itself has come to represent the McCarthy family. Joining the Scranton High School Administration, Athletic Director, School Board, coaches, and Superintendent, as well as distinguished guests, are Mr. Joe McCarthy Sr., Mrs. Joanne McCarthy, Ms. Morgan McCarthy, Mr. Joe McCarthy Jr., and Mr. Jake McCarthy, as well as Mrs. Romaine McCarthy. This family has had the single greatest impact on sports within the Scranton High School over the past 4 decades. I would like to share with you a small portion of the countless accomplishments and accolades they have earned in their time here within the Scranton School District. Joe McCarthy Sr. was a star on the Scranton Central football, basketball, and baseball teams. In his 2 years at running back on the football team, Joe gained 2,395 yards and scored 33 touchdowns. After graduating from Central, Joe played baseball at Seminole Community College and the University of South Carolina, where he helped lead the team to the College World Series in 1981. Joe was drafted by the Minnesota Twins, Texas Rangers, and Detroit Tigers. Joanne McCarthy was a sprinter for the Lakeland Chiefs during her high school career. She continues to contribute as an elementary school teacher within the district. Morgan McCarthy played basketball and ran track for the Knights and was a district champion in the 400-meter relay. Morgan continued her academic and athletic careers at East Stroudsburg University, where she ran track. Joe McCarthy Jr. was a standout football, basketball, and baseball player while attending Scranton High School. He helped lead the Knights to a district championship in football, 3 district championships in basketball, 2 district championships, and 2 district runners-up in baseball. Joe was also the 2012 Times Tribune Male Athlete of the Year. He accepted a scholarship to continue his academic and athletic career at the University of Virginia, where he helped lead the Cavaliers to 2 NCAA College World Series appearances, finishing second in 2014 and winning the national championship this past year. In the 2015 Major League Baseball draft, he was selected by the Tampa Bay Rays organization. Jake McCarthy was also a football, basketball, and baseball star for the Knights. He was the 2015 Times Tribune Male Athlete of the Year and was selected as a first-team member of the 2014 Quad A All-State football team. He became the all-time leading rusher for the Lackawanna Football Conference Division I with 6,080 yards, despite missing several games his senior year due to injury. His career stats also include 90 touchdowns and 13 games with more than 200 yards rushing. In the 2015 Major League Draft, Jake was selected by the Pittsburgh Pirates organization, but opted instead to accept a scholarship to the University of Virginia, where he's a member of the Cavaliers baseball team. At this time, Mayor Bill Courtwright will present a proclamation in honor of the McCarthy family.
Thank you. Let me just say, as mayor of the city of Scranton, it's my honor to be here today with the McCarthy family as we retire number 31 that Joe Sr. wore, Morgan, Joe Jr., and Jake all wore. The body of our proclamation be similar to what was just said, so I'm just going to read the bottom here. Whereas I, William L. Mayor of the City of Scranton, hereby declare Friday, October 23rd, 2015, the McCarthy Family Day in the City of Scranton, and their favorite number, 31, is retired, and urge everyone to commend these outstanding citizens and athletes on all of their accomplishments. And I will give the proclamation to their mom. Thank you. Congratulations.
Commissioner Pat O'Malley will also make a presentation to the McCarthy family.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor and a privilege to be here with the McCarthy family. But I would like to congratulate the moms that are here for what they did to make sure that there was nourishment and they were strong and prepared to leave the house to be in their athletic events. Congratulations, Mrs. McCarthy. Congratulations, Mrs. McCarthy. This is your family's day. This is about a lot of time, a lot of involvement, and a lot of being in our practices. Nothing easy about any of this stuff. But this is about a great day in the city of Scranton. And on behalf of the 214,000 citizens of Lackawanna County, I'd like to congratulate Joe Sr., Joe Jr., Morgan, and Jay. Now, therefore, we, Patrick and O'Malley, Jim Wansack, Edward G. Standback, Commissioners of Lackawanna County, Pennsylvania, do hereby proclaim and acknowledge October 23rd, 2015 as McCarthy Family Day, number 31 day in Lackawanna County. Congratulations.
As is evident by the few notes that I have mentioned, the McCarthy family has left a lasting legacy here at Scranton High School. The Scranton School District, along with the Scranton School Board, as well as the Scranton High School Administration, Athletic Director, and coaches, have elected to remove the number 31 from all sports rosters. The number 31 will now represent the pinnacle of success for all future student athletes. 31 will become synonymous with hard work, dedication, selflessness, and leadership, characteristics that embody success in all aspects of life. The number 31 will become the ideal that all of Scranton High School students and student athletes continue to try to attain. The number 31 will hang on the walls of Scranton High, as well as here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, because of the monumental legacy that these young men and women have created in their sports during their time here. But more importantly, this jersey is being retired to immortalize the far more valuable impact they've had on this school and their roles as students and citizens. Tonight, Scranton High School will retire the number 31 from all sports in recognition of the valued contributions that the McCarthy family has made and continues to make to Scranton High School, the campus of champions. Once again, the McCarthy family. If the administration, Scranton School Board, Superintendent Kirian, athletic directors, coaches would please come out for a photo. Thank you for your attention.
All right, welcome back to Valor Field at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Up in the press box, I'm Adam McCormick, and now I have the honor to be joined by Joe McCarthy, closest to the camera down there. I'm sure you recognize him from national television. And then Jake McCarthy hasn't had the opportunity to get on national television yet, but he's getting there. So they have honored us with some of their time. They came down here. Jake came all the way up from Charlottesville, Virginia, where he's in college. Joe is in the off season, right, Joe?
Yes.
So he's in the off season. He's currently playing with the Tampa Bay Rays organization. Not a big deal, but he's a professional baseball player. No big deal. But they were honored tonight by the Scranton School District and Scranton High School administration. They retired the number 31. Both Joe and Jake wore the number 31 in 3 different sports. Football, where they received a lot of acclaim. Basketball, where they were just as good, except for you, Jake, sorry. And baseball, where they were most impressive. Again, they continued their careers. Both went to the University of Virginia. Jake is currently there as a freshman. So they did retire the number 31. They were trying to get them to dye the 31-yard line, red, one gold, but they wouldn't spring for it. So that would have been a really interesting situation there. But while I have you here, obviously we need to ask some important questions. You guys played here and then went on to much bigger and better things. Really impressive career from Joe McCarthy, collegiate career, and now Jake, you're just getting started in yours. What would be your advice for some young athletes? Joe, we'll go to you first.
I mean, really just throughout my time here, being with my teammates a lot, and I surrounded myself with a really good group of people. I had great family and friends along me the entire way, and if you put yourself in a good crowd and you work hard, good things are going to happen.
Yeah, and that's one of the things is you saw the relationship you had with some of the coaches. Obviously, every coach on the football team was out here. Your sister Morgan was also honored with that jersey retirement as well, and some of her coaches came. So really impressive. You guys obviously left a legacy, and you created that bond with everybody here, not only students and student athletes, but also the coaching staff and teachers here in the school. Jake, how about you? What would be your advice for young athletes?
I just wouldn't take anything for granted. I mean, last year especially, we were rolling. I think we were 6-1, and I ended up breaking my foot. Jordan O'Hearn ended up hurting his knee, and the season kind of just went down the tubes from there. A lot of guys getting injured, and it kind of just deflated our, what we had going. So, I mean, it can be taken away from you at any moment. So I definitely just say make the most of what you have in front of you.
Yeah, a very serendipitous sequence of events is that they retire this jersey tonight. Last year, right around this time, you did, your football career was cut short with a broken foot that you received playing Delaware Valley up in Delaware Valley. Again, Jake is the Lackawanna Football Conference Division I all-time leading rusher. Now, two of the things that you see more and more is that kids are specializing in one sport. You guys played 3 different sports. What would you say some of the benefits are for that particular? Why would you recommend playing a couple different sports for kids instead of just the one, like specializing in baseball or football or whatever? Jake, why don't you take this one first?
I just think it keeps you competitive all year long. I mean, obviously you don't get to work out as much throughout the year and kind of keep your body in shape, but you are running around all year. And I think you're just making friendships and getting more and more experience in the field of, just athletics. I mean, obviously you're not working on baseball stuff when you're playing football and basketball, but it's keeping you competitive and it's keeping you with that competitive edge. And I think that's really important for, the sport you want to play at the next level.
Joe, anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, I really like what Jake said there about just staying competitive year-round. I mean, even for us, both of us, baseball was our sport and what we chose to play in college. But, basketball and football is just, we love to compete year-round and get into whatever was going on. And so, it kept us busy.
What have you found, Jake? This is probably a better question for you as you're dealing with it currently. What was the most difficult transition from high school, particularly high school athletics, to college athletics that you're doing now with Cavaliers baseball team?
Probably, I'd say self-discipline. It's just, showing up, and you're just responsible for, making the most of what you have in front of you. High school, obviously not as competitive as college athletics. So, if you're more athletic than the guys in the field, you could take advantage of it. You obviously don't have to practice as hard or, just, stay disciplined with your diet or whatever keeps you on the field longer. So it's a bigger field of competition, and there's definitely a better performance. So I think obviously just raising your game in all aspects all the time is essential.
Now, Joe, you had a very storied career at Virginia. I mentioned earlier when I was on the field that you visited the College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska twice. Last year, some would say a very improbable visit, and that one you actually came away with a national championship over Vanderbilt. What did that mean to you as an athlete? Obviously, with every baseball player, that's something they strive for. Yeah, you have the professional sports and hope to be drafted and things like that. But the College World Series is just such an event, and people are so interested to be involved in it. How did it feel for you not only to go there twice, the first time just falling short, finishing second to Vanderbilt, and then the next year in a much more improbable run, winning the national championship? What did it mean to you?
I remember shortly after that last out when we had won the national championship, I took a look around at some of the guys that I'd spent the last 3 years with, and just it made me think of all the hard work that we put in to make it to that game and to make it to that moment to win a national championship. And I kind of just thought to myself, we deserve this, regardless of what anyone said about what kind of year we had or what was going on around us. We deserved everything we got this year.
Yeah. I'm sure that the work, Jake mentioned the work they has to put in college or earlier. And Jake, knowing the competitive person you are, how does that affect you, knowing that not only was Joe able to visit the College World Series twice, but was able to come away with the national championship? How does that motivate you as a baseball player in, some would say, filling the shoes Joe has left behind at the Cavaliers?
Joe has always raised the bar high for us. And that's the standard is set extremely high at UVA to begin with. But now that we're coming off our first national championship, we're the first class to come in and kind of just defend the title, So it's definitely a unique situation, but we're all looking forward to it.
Now I'm going to some viewer questions that have just been mailed in to me. So we're going to get into the interesting stuff. Joe, this one's going to be for you.
Who delivered these?
Some of my people.
Is that Timmy?
It looks like his handwriting. I think it was him.
So, Joe, the question to you revolves around what could only be called the Legion of Buff. Is that right?
It was the Legion of Boom.
I think it was Buff.
Boom.
It's the Legion of Boom. Can you explain the Legion? Can you explain the Legion of Boom?
Yeah. So we had a group of 4 outfielders: me, Mike Pappy, Brandon Downs, and Derek Fisher, who spent a lot of time together, just playing the outfield. But we were a group of clowns, so we were always trying to create clever nicknames for ourselves and do things like that. So I don't know where it came from, but we just started calling ourselves the Legion of Boom, and it kind of stuck.
So the Legion of Boom. Jake, do you have any nicknames that we should know about? No. All right. So. Again, one of the things both of you accomplished was you're the Times Tribune Male Athletes of the Year in 2012, Joe, and 2015, Jake. Do you remember who the Female Athletes of the Year were?
I think it was Cassidy Jenkins from Lakeland.
And is she currently competing at the college level as well?
I believe she's at Cornell running track.
Wow, so also impressive. Joe, How about you?
I think it was Dallas Eli from Montrose.
Have you followed up at all?
I have not.
No, there's not like a Legion of Boom club that revolves around the Athletes of the Year?
There's not, unfortunately.
All right, Joe, this one, I'm going to start with you, but I'm going to swing it real quickly, is the big head. Obviously, you must have it hanging in your wall now, right?
Yes, it is at my house right now, hanging in my room.
Jake, how about, are you excited for your big head, or I mean, we already know you have a very big ego, but I mean like the big head that is going to be the cutout at games. Are you excited for it or what?
I mean, I'm yet to see it. Is it created yet?
It is not created yet. I'm kind of waiting.
Just hope when they make you when it has hair and you don't look like an alien.
Yeah, that makes me
Yeah,
look
that
nervous.
And they don't see it on national television.
That one was very, well, let's hope they do see it on national television because that would mean much more than just the big head. Now, obviously, Joe, you're currently participating in the professional baseball circuit, if you will. If that doesn't work out, I'm just going to throw this out to you guys. 2 of the best athletes to come out of Scranton High School, professional wrestling. Is that a thought?
I don't think that's me. I think that's more Jake.
Like WWE?
Yeah, WWE.
No, I'd consider it, yeah.
I think
Jake would more than consider it.
Yeah, well, I think it's great. I think the 2 of you should consider it. If it doesn't work out, obviously, let's go the path we're all on. Okay, Joe, you keep doing what you're doing. Jake, you're doing what you're doing. But if it doesn't work out, I'm thinking professional wrestling. I already got a name, Joe. You know what it is. Legion of Boom.
Can I wear a Speedo?
Do I have a nickname?
I mean, that's how they do it. No, it's the Legion of Boom, the group.
like
yeah,
we're like,
we'll have to figure out your other things.
Brothers of Destruction?
We're like
The Brothers of Destruction, all
We
right.
could be like DX, right?
Yeah. We're going to take a break now. Again, we'll be back in about 5 minutes with the second half here. Again, thank you to Joe and Jake McCarthy. Their number was retired here for all of their efforts as a high school athlete here at Scranton High. So we do thank them for joining us. Again, send your reader questions in and we'll make sure to follow up with them. Thank you for your time, gentlemen, and we'll see everyone else in a few minutes.
Thanks, Adam.